Hi and welcome back to Ashley RS Guy. Today I'm going to be doing the second part of the top end rebuild. First thing I'm going to be showing you is how to measure your ring end gap. So how I measure the ring end gap, which is the gap in between the two little tabs, is I will insert the ring into the cylinder, get the piston and push it down. A little bit, and then you get your set of filler gauges. I'm not actually going to measure these because I've done it off camera, but I'm just going to get a random one. I've got myself a random filler gauge, not the right size. Like I said, I've done it off camera, so I don't need to actually measure it. But what you'll be doing is just putting a feeler gauge in between and running it backwards forwards until you get a little bit of a drag. So it's this little, the littlest gap, not the big gap, that you need to put the feeler gauge in between. So I've got a Wasner piston, so it's not going to be what's in the manual. So for Wasner it's from 0.45 to 0.8. So that's how you measure your ring end gap. So I'm going to actually start putting the rings onto the piston itself. So inserting the rings, you need to make sure that the end is facing up on the actual ring itself, and then put them onto the piston. So while I'm doing this, I like to put it on the top ring first. So I've installed all the piston rings now, so now we can get on to actually putting the piston on the conrod. So before we start anything, I'm just going to clean everything down with some maintenance spray. Best practice, just make sure everything's clean. So I'm going to get some 2-stroke oil now. So I've just got a syringe of 2-stroke. Just going to make sure everything's got a nice fresh layer of oil on, because you don't want it running dry when you first start. So I'm just going to get a bit more. So that's that. So now we can start putting the piston on. So I've already put one of the circlips in one side. I'm not going to do the circlips on camera because they are a pain at the best of times. On camera it's just going to make it even harder. So just like that, that's the gudgeon pin on. So now I'm going to do the circlip. So I'm going to do the circlip now, so I'm going to shove a towel around, so if I do drop the circlip, it doesn't go in the bottom. And like I said, I'm going to do this off camera, so I'll come back to you when I've done that. So after a bit of swearing and cursing, I've got the circlip in, so now we can remove the towel. And I'm just going to oil everything up. Give everything a coating of oil. Rub it around with my finger in a minute. when we put the cylinder on, I'll put another coating of oil in the actual cylinder as well. So I'll get the cylinder now. So that's the cylinder prepped. So with these pistons rings, there's actually pins in the piston that you need to line up. So I'll zoom in so you can see that. So in the piston there should be a pin just there. You might be able to see, just a pin. So those are the sort of locating pins for the piston rings, so that when it goes over the ports it doesn't catch the ring and break it off. So they're sort of spaced so they're not actually passing over the ports. So if you don't put those in properly, your ring will probably be hanging out and you'll wear your piston rings a lot more, or even snap a ring. So it's pretty crucial that you line those up. So with base gasket kit, you get 3 different base gaskets. So you get different thicknesses, so you can set your squish at different. So obviously, the thicker, the higher the cylinder up, the more squish you'll have, and then obviously the thinner, the less squish you'll have. So it's up to you what you do with that. So I'm going to be running the thinnest one because I want the smallest squish. So I'm just going to be running the tiniest bit of gasket sealant. It just helps hold the gasket in place, I think, personally. Obviously it does its job as well, sealing. That should be enough. So it goes on this way around. Always check when you're doing things, just look at things. So now I'm going to put the cylinder on. So I've pre-oiled this, and now I'm going to put the cylinder on. So I'm going to just put the piston up a little bit, get the piston rings located. And there you go, there it's on. That's that. So everything's running smooth, just turn it over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit more oil in the cylinder now. best to put too much than not enough. So if you don't put any at all, you'll destroy your rings before you've even started, so it's probably best to do that. So when we're running these down, do it in your cross pattern. Sorry guys, I was going to start this for you, but I've been having problems with electrical stuff, so it won't start, so this will probably be the end of the video now. So thanks. If you liked it, please give it a like. If you see anything I've done wrong, please comment down below. Thank you.